Hi guys, this is Rosa Kelly. Welcome back to my channel and to a new bonus tutorial. So today I thought it would be fun to create a super easy cascading album. This is going to be a little bit different. The construction is just going to be so fun, so cute. I think, yeah, I'm excited. So for this tutorial I'm gonna be using 110-pound cardstock. Mainly I think that's all we're gonna need. I don't think we're gonna be using chipboard, but we might. It depends on how strong our cardstock is, or if you want to make your project a bit more sturdy, we can do that as well. But I'm going to just grab some of my heavyweight here, and I'm going to cut first what is going to be the pages of my book. And like I said, I want this to be a cascading book, so the pages are going to be all different sizes. So the first page that I am going to cut, it's basically going to be 8.5, which is this already, by I'm going to do 6.5. Okay, then I'm going to cut a second piece. This is also going to be 6.5, but we are going to reduce this to 7.5. Okay, so you can start seeing how the pages are going to look. The next one is also going to be 6.5 right here by 6.5. And then I'm going to do one more, but this one I'm going to cut first here at 9.5. Okay, I'm gonna make this one bigger, and then 6.5. Okay, so there we go. So again, we're gonna have 6.5. They're all 6.5 on width, and then we have 9.5, 8.5, 7.5, and 6.5. So then for the hinges, to join our pages together, I'm going to cut a piece of 2 3/4 by 8.5. Then I'm going to do another one of 2 3/4 by 7.5, and one piece of 2 3/4 here by 6.5. So all the pieces that measure 2 3/4, we are going to score at 1 inch and 1 3/4. Okay, so same thing for the next one. We're gonna score at 1 and 1 3/4, and same for this next one. We're going to score at 1 and 1 3/4, and then we're going to fold along the score lines. Okay, so this 3/4 inch is going to be the gusset in between your pages. Okay, so 1 and 2, and then 1. So we're going to start with the largest piece here, and we're gonna add glue on one section, one side, and then we're going to add this right there. Okay, then we're going to add the next piece over. So I'm going to add my glue right here, and we're going to add this piece right there. Okay, so we can lay this down so we can press on it. Press down. Okay, then we're gonna add the next size. Okay, and glue on one side, and then we're going to line this up here to the bottom. Okay, and just press down. Okay, so here we have this one, and then I'm going to add the next page over, Okay, so again I'm going to add my glue right here, and then we're going to add this one. So I'm just gonna lay this flat. Okay, and then we're gonna add the next one here, and we're going to line this up to the bottom, press down, and then we're gonna glue this last piece. So I'm gonna add my glue here, and we're gonna add this piece, and there you go. So now if you stand this up and you stand up all your gussets, you are gonna have your cascading album. Now I know this looks a little bit flimsy. We're going to reinforce this so don't you worry. So first I want to make sure these are all glued all both ways here. I'm going to press down. So now we're going to cut 4 more pieces here. So now these ones are going to be a little bit smaller than the other ones. So I'm going to start with one piece of 9.5 by 6 1/4. Okay, so we're taking 1/4 inch from the side. Now the next one is going to be 8.5 by 6 1/4. Then we're gonna have 7.5 by 6 1/4. Okay, so let's do that. And the last one is going to be 6.5 by 6 1/4. Okay, and then we're going to glue these pieces. So we're basically going to reinforce the inside part of your hinge. So I'm going to start with my piece of 6.5 by 6 1/4, and the 6 1/4 you want it to be this way, and then the 6.5 is going to be up and down. And then when we glue this piece, we can also just glue the sides and the bottom. That way we have an option to have a pocket in the center if you like, on the top. Okay, so now I'm going to line this up to the outside edge of this page. Okay, so basically I don't want anything touching my bending line right there. Now for the next one, I'm going to add this piece here. Again, I'm going to I'm going to do this on the back. Okay, I'm going to add the reinforcement on the back. And again, I'm going to do glue on 3 sides and have the opening on the top. You could have the opening on the side if you like, it's up to you. Okay, so here we go. Put that one right there. Then I'm gonna turn this around and do this next one here. Okay, so my glue with a top opening. Okay, and you can just glue it all the way down if you don't want to have a pocket, that's fine. Okay, so we're gonna press down, and then for this last one I'm going to add that piece on the front instead of on the back. Okay, so here we go. 3 sides, and we're gonna add that piece right here. Okay, so now we're gonna add some layouts to our pages. I'm going to use my 2 scrap pieces, and these measure about 5 inches. So I'm going to cut these ones at 6.5. Okay, so these 2 are 6.5 by 5, and I'm going to score at 1/2 inch. Okay, so here we go. I'm just gonna do half right here, and then half an inch here, and we're going to fold along the score piece. Okay, and then we're going to add those two pieces on our page. So I'm just gonna glue them along the bottom, one on each side. Okay, so right here, I'm gonna line up the corner. Okay, open that up, and then I'm going to add the other one right there. Again, I'm not touching the bending line, so I'm just gonna go on top of the second cardstock piece that we added. Okay, so right here, I'm gonna give you a better look. So here is that second piece, and I'm lining it to that. Okay, so that's that. So now for the other pages, I just want to keep this very, very simple. And so I'm going to start with the first piece. This is going to be 6.5 by 5.5. Okay. Then I'm going to have another one of 7.5 right here. As you might have noticed the trend, everything is cascading here, the inside and the outside. Okay, so these two are going to be 7.5 by 5.5. So I'm just going to put them right here. And then for the last page, I'm going to do two pieces of 8.5 by 5.5. So then we're going to score all these pieces at 1/2 inch along the 5.5. Okay, just to make it really, really simple. Two, then I have these two here, 1 and 2. Okay, and here too, 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. Okay, so now we're going to add the pages to our book. I'm going to start from smallest to largest, and you're going to notice that I cut these smaller than the actual page size because I want the top of each page to be displayed as part of the cover. So that's why I don't want to cover that up. So I'm going to fold along the score lines. Okay, and then we are going to add one on each side. So I'm a big fan of opening pages, and so I'm gonna keep it very, very simple. But of course you can add more detail to this book. For example, if you add this flap here, you can add a little pop-up or something else in there if you like. You can combine different techniques. Okay, and then you can have the other one here as a closure. So for example, if you wanted to add like that pop and twist or something, you only want to do it on one side, and the other one will be your closing side. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same for the next one. So I'm going to grab the next size up and add one on each side. So then I'm going to add this one here, press down. So I'm going a little bit away from the bending line. Okay, I always like to make sure those are clear. And then we're going to do this one. Okay, and add that right here. Okay, so we have that one, and then we're going to add this last section. Okay, so again, some glue, and we're going to add one here, press down, and then this last piece. Okay, so now I'm going to add my glue. And we are going to add this one here and press down. There you go, open that up. And so we have that. See how you can see it from the front. You won't be able to see those openings. So from the front you will just see the top of each page. And now to make my spine sturdy, I mean, it doesn't really bother me, but if you don't want your spine to be so like flexible, I guess is the word, we can add a couple of layers of cardstock here as well. So I'm going to cut my leftover pieces that I have right here, and so I'm going to cut these at 6.5 by 2.25, and I'm going to do maybe 3 pieces. Okay, so here's 2, then again 6.5 by 2.25. Okay, and then I'm going to add those here on this spine. Okay, so that's gonna go right there. So close that up, and I'm just gonna lay these flat for now so I can start adding these pieces. And move this over. There we go. So I'm just gonna add my glue. Okay, so I'm just gonna press down. Okay, so make sure you're not gluing on top of your bending line. Okay, so we have the first one, then I'm going to add the next one. And if you would like to add chipboard, you could in this section here instead of the 3 layers of cardstock, but you might want to like cover the chipboard on white cardstock before, but I think just using this heavyweight should be fine. So again, I'm adding 3 layers, which is quite a lot. Okay, so there you go. Put that right here. Okay, so now we have your book and your pages are no longer, like now they all move together, so it's definitely a lot more sturdy. So now I'm going to decorate my book. So there you go, we're done with our cute little album. I love how this turned out. I love the earthy feel of this collection, all the natural colors. I am using here all kinds of different flowers that I have left over from different projects, and I just love how they all combine together. So here we have our spine, our cascading pages. So at the beginning I wanted to do the flowers on the display on the top here, but I think I like this better. So let's do a quick walkthrough of the project. So on this side I put a little sentiment that says life is a collection of moments, and then this opens like that and like that. And what I love about this book also, it was so fast to fill in with paper because everything has either the same you know, the same size here, it's uniform for all of them, and then it just changes on the height a little bit. Same thing for this background here, it's all the same, and then it just changes on the height, so it makes it a lot easier to cut the paper. I added some flowers here. The back of these pages I mainly left plain to add a picture, but you can add a couple more layouts if you like and just have fun with it. I added one of these pieces as a pocket, and then some of these elements from the collection to do a little bit of journaling, and then I use these to make myself a bookmark here with the leftovers papers, and thinking of you, but I think I'm just gonna put it there for now. And then this opens up like that. I love the paper again, really pretty. And then over here another one of the journaling cards that I just glue as a pocket, and then here is the other one. Of course you can leave this open for a picture as well. And then back here a few little flowers, and then here it says there is something beautiful in every day, and then that opens up like that, and then we can add 2 pictures or different pictures in there, and that is it. And then on the back here it says especially for you. So I hope that you guys enjoy this project. I hope that you had fun making it. I thought it was quick, adorable, and just a little bit different and fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you so much for being a member of my channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.